yourself, trust your teammate, trust your training. Let's go out and play for 60 minutes.
Hello and welcome to Pitt Beyond the Script alongside head coach Pat Narduzzi. I'm Rob King of AT&T Sportsnet. Looking back to the game against Virginia, looking ahead to the game against Ohio. Let's start by looking back to Virginia, a game that hung on just a couple of plays for you guys.
Yeah, I think, the game of football, it always comes down to, a couple plays, an inch here and an inch there. But, they made more plays than we did, and we had opportunities we just didn't take advantage of them.
I'm going to ask you about some of that, but let's look at some of the positives. You fall behind 10-0. You put together a drive. A.J. Davis caps it off with a 2-yard touchdown run.
A.J. Davis slicing in for a Pittsburgh touchdown.
That must have felt good to get back in the game at 10-7 and to get that score on the ground.
No question about it. I mean, being down, then going into the half, being up was obviously critical. And our kids never quit. They continued to go. We just didn't make those plays that we needed to. But those were, a positive there. Our kids continued to fight back when things didn't look good early.
Empty set. Kenny Pickett, end zone, touchdown! Trey tipped it on the catch.
We get that touchdown drive to make it 10-7. Then, as you mentioned, the Kenny Pickett short touchdown pass that puts you guys up. Can you talk a little bit about that drive, how it resulted, and then the touchdown pass?
The touchdown pass to Trey Tipton was obviously a great route by him and a nice read by Kenny. It's one of those ones that Kenny got in a rhythm that entire series to go ahead there. It was a team drive. It wasn't all Kenny. The offensive line did a nice job, and guys made plays when we went on those scoring drives.
Was that the drive, those two drives, maybe the closest glimpse to what we're going to see as we see the transformation of this team from a run-heavy team to a more balanced offensive team with new offensive coordinator Mark Whipple?
I think it is. And obviously there's got to be the consistency that goes with it. It can't be just 2 nice drives a game. It's got to be 5, 7 of them, somewhere in that range. So I think that is, hopefully something we're going to see. I'm sure. I'm praying every night, say my prayers.
Oh, you'll see it, I'm sure, because we saw so many good glimpses. And I want to move now to the defensive side of the ball. And a couple guys that really stood out. Deslin Alexander gets to start because of the injury. What a terrific performance from him, from my perspective anyway.
Yeah, Deslin played a good game from our grade sheets as well. You were right on. But Deslin really shined a little bit for a guy that you weren't sure what you were going to get on game day. There were those guys that get that first start that play really well, and there's those guys you go, oh gosh, we need to get them going a little bit better and faster. But Deslin certainly was a guy that showed up on Saturday.
Perkins goes down. There is Deslin Alexander, who has a big role to play.
Before I move off of the defensive line, Haba Baldonado, a guy born in Rome, Italy, who comes and makes his first game in his first career game, his first tackle, is a sack. I mean, I know that you're looking back at the game, but that's something to celebrate.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Haba, I'm happy for him. It's good for his confidence going in, and he'll remember that one for the rest of his life for sure, and it's good to get him going. We're going to need him as the season moves on.
Linebacking core, we talked about that last week, and you talked about it in the press conference last week, really replacing some guys that had been the backbone of that defense for several years. Kylan Johnson, how did you grade his performance?
He was really good. He played a very sound game for his first time starting in our defense. Totally different than what he's done the last 3 years at Florida. So we were really happy with Kylan and what he did there, and I think he's going to continue to get better like everybody else every week.
Another guy that stood out on my score sheet, again, I'd like to ask you your opinion. I thought Paris Ford looked really good in his first start.
He really did. Kind of, again, one of those ones you didn't know what you were going to get. You didn't know when he got out there, he just let his instincts, because he's got some instincts now. But he really played within the framework of our defense, which that's the proudest thing. Whether he makes a tackle or not, he played within the framework of our defense. I'm most excited for that guy and what he did, because it's just going to keep getting better.
You guys got a couple of flags, but I thought all in all, your secondary, those corners, they did not allow a lot of room for the Virginia receivers. In fact, there were a couple of times not called. I thought maybe there could have been some offensive pass interferences called.
Our corners, played excellent. I thought that's what we'd get. Again, 3 guys that have played a lot of football here played like we expect.
So unfortunately for the Panthers, an 0-1 start to the season, but a chance to get to 1-1, and not going to be easy. A very good Ohio team coached by a legend. We're going to take a look at that when we resume on Pitt Beyond the Script right after this.